Yeah, that last one was not very good. I should probably. Oh. Hello. Welcome to Make It Funny, where I take your suggestions and I make them funny. If you'd like to leave a suggestion for me to make funny, just put it in the comments. Anyway, if you're keeping track, one person who's watching, you'll notice this is the point in time just around June where I just do not care anymore. Anyway, today's suggestion comes from Kate Moss, whose suggestion is modeling school. I was scammed twice in my life within the same paradigm. Is that the right word? Anyway, two things I was scammed by that were so related. How do I say this? That is modeling school. When I was younger, around 18, I got scammed into joining a modeling school. And it's of the scams, it's the easiest one to get people to fall for because it starts with some recruiter telling you how good looking you are. So I was working at Denny's as a waiter, and some girl comes up to me who was pretty nice, pretty attractive, and she goes, "Wow, you're really good looking. You ever think of being a model?" And I said, "Boy, do I. Every time I look in the mirror, I say I should be a model or an actor or something because I'm so good looking, and you just confirmed it." And then she said, "Well, there's a modeling school for like $500. We'll teach you how to be a model. You'll be a model by the end of the school." That's what they say at John Capablanca's. And like a fool, I fell for it because she had me at "you're good looking." And as far as the school goes, it's a scam in that you're not going to be a model at the end of it. If you're good enough to be a model, you don't need to go to these schools. It's kind of like stand-up comedy classes. If you're not very good, you go to the classes, but you're never really going to be much better. And if you have a natural talent, these classes are a waste of your time. But I did learn how to clean my face, I guess, and how to walk on a runway and how to dress, sort of. As you can see, I've really taken the modeling classes to heart. They did say, stay traditional. I do remember, they're like, you're better off with a t-shirt and jeans than trying to follow the fads. But the second scam within the scam was the one that actually sucked. Because this modeling school, they got contacted by a scammer pretending to be a casting agent. And then they put it out to all their students like, "Hey, this casting agent's looking for extras for a movie in Chicago. Here's his number, give him a call." So I did. And then they said, "Oh yeah, we need extras," which is not a big deal. They said it pays like $100. And I said, "Great." And then about an hour later, they called me back, just me, and tell me, "Hey, we've got a speaking role that pays like $5,000. Are you interested?" And I said, "Of course I'm interested." And they said, "Well, the only catch is you have to be a member of SAG." And I don't know anything about that. So I say, "Well, how do I do that?" And they're like, "Well, you just have to join SAG. So you just need to send us this money through Western Union. And then at the end of it, you'll be in SAG, and then you can get paid your $5,000 to say, like, 3 or 4 words." I remember the guy got me too, because he's like, "One of the words is a swear. Are you comfortable with swearing?" And I said, "Yeah, I am. For $5,000, I'll suck your dick." Because I'm 18 and I'm broke, and I think I was on the verge of being evicted, and I believe my electricity had already been turned off at that point because I had my own apartment at 18. So on the one hand, I was cool. I was a cool kid, but I was also the loser who couldn't afford his bills. Anyway, he tells me, "Send the money Western Union." Now, I wasn't completely stupid about it. I knew better, and I decided to call my aunt, who's an acting teacher at DePaul. So I call her up and I say, here's this thing I've been offered. And she said, under no circumstances should you do it. It's a scam 100%. I should know. I've taught Joe Mantegna and Gillian Anderson. So I think I know what I'm talking about. And I hung up the phone and I said, you don't know shit. I'm doing it anyway. Because I'm 18. I know all the answers. Not you, person who's taught real people and knows exactly how to get into SAG. And it's not through Western Union, which, by the by, does Western Union have any other business model than if you're a scammer, we're perfect for you? Does anyone actually use it for legit purposes? I'm sure somebody does. But anywho, so I send them the money. I ignore the advice of the expert. I send the money, and they even did call me back. Like, thank you for sending the money. Here's your confirmation number, and then we'll call you tomorrow, tell you where you got to be. Tomorrow came and went. I woke up. I had a little coffee, all excited about my big day, and as the hours ticked away, my heart began to sink, and I realized I'd been had. And then I call up SAG, the office in Chicago, and I say, hey, so I think I'm a member of SAG. Is there a way to confirm it? To which they said, "You what? You think you're a member? You would know if you're a member." And now I actually am a member of SAG. And yes, it turns out you would know if you were a member of SAG. And no, you don't just send money to Western Union randomly. No, it's actually quite the process. I could have become a SAG member if this person was legit, because there's this rule where, like, if you get a speaking role and you're not in SAG, they have to let you take it, and then that works towards becoming SAG. And then, yes, you do have to pay money, but you pay it to the office downtown, not through some scam Western Union. Anywho, I got scammed twice through modeling, is why to this day now, I look in the mirror and I go, you're ugly, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.